From dating to relationships, from sex to love, from Christianity to politics, from darkness to light, you have now entered into the Real Zone. Welcome to Conversations with Trent, where no topic of conversation is safe from discussion. Now, here he is, Mr. Epic himself, Trent Williams.
What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome to day 2 of the grand opening, the soft grand opening of Cups Couch. We got Cups in the house. Cups over there being a little nosy. She being a little nosy. She want to see what's going on. Want to see what Mr. Owens has to talk about. So Cups is in the house. We got Ashley as well. Smart mouth Ashley. So, there she go. There you go. Good stuff. So Derek, how you doing, brother?
Great. No complaints.
No complaints. So did you? I didn't see you on yesterday. You were able to check out the.
I saw yesterday. It was my off day. It was parent teachers conference, so had to be a janitor, get the school cleaned up, and then do poetry for the parents and the kids before we kind of got them ready for the school semester coming up.
Good stuff. What's your thoughts on Cups coming out party? What was your thoughts on it?
So interestingly, she heard me doing poetry at a funeral for a friend of mine, mm-hmm. And afterwards she was like, "I gotta get you on Cups Couch, man, because like what I just heard, that's what's needed." And then with you being a young man, that's what they need, more young men to be able to speak positive, but also show like we're intelligent, we're smart, and that you can really be who you are and live your dreams and serve God and still enjoy life.
Absolutely. Good stuff. Tell me a little bit about yourself, man.
So, 33, poet, love coffee, big believer in God, third generation minister. But at the end of the day, I am simply a king that just wants to see his people live, love, be happy, and know like a purpose cannot be pursued if you're not hungry for it.
Gotcha. Before we went on the air, line you made mention to something that was going on with your leg. You want to talk about it a little bit?
So, over 20 something years now, my left foot was amputated by a lawnmower when I was about 6.5, 7 years old. And so this was the kind you could actually sit on, start it up, and you could actually drive it.
Right.
My foot got caught under the blade. My grandfather tried to turn it off and then turn it on, and it got loose. From there, I really don't know what happened the rest of the way, but I wore a rubber foot, which was a prosthetic. And so growing up, of course, you know, I got picked on, relationships. Women didn't know how to deal with that because they were like, what do you do when you're dating a guy that's got a disability?
Right.
And I kept saying, you got to see past this, because if I'm loving you past what you've been through, then I need somebody who could be my extra toe support when I don't feel like my walk was that strong. So a lot of people don't know dealing with that. I was very depressed. I dealt with just not knowing how to be comfortable and know who I was.
Gotcha. I'm glad you talked about it. As you can tell, you know, I got a different ability. Over here at Cups, we talk about different abilities. We don't talk about disabilities.
Right.
I don't believe in disabilities. Mm-mm. You have to have, to me, when people see me, they see Trent. They don't see the partially paralyzed arm.
Right.
I got a different ability.
Right.
What happened, I fell ill 3 years ago. A brain bleed on the right side of my brain. Became instantly paralyzed on the left side. But I never accepted that from my life.
Right.
I adapt and I adjust to the climate.
Right.
I became a beast within that climate. I became that lion.
Right.
I became that lion. I adapt and I adjust.
Right.
So when you say that, when you talk about that, well, a lot of people will go through those challenges when they're with that different ability. If they're not that mindset, you have to have that mindset.
Yes, sir.
As far as that crutch, as far as when you talk about women coming into your life and you wanted them to be that crutch, that sometimes a lot of folks, we have to be mindful. The people that we're picking to be to bring into our vortex. We have to be mindful of people because 9 times out of 10, I can tell you, most of them probably couldn't even hold up your jock strap.
Right.
Am I right?
Yeah.
So when you say, how many would you say was able to actually stand and support you in your different ability?
I would actually say it was 2 of them. And at the time, I was very immature and didn't realize one of them actually from Clarksville, Tennessee, really did stand with me. And
it got to be special, Derek, because you call him one locates and everything.
No, but see, this was like right when I was like 25, 26.
Got you.
And she brought me all the way from St. Louis to Clarksville. Mm-hmm. Country is all outdoors. But she stood with me. She didn't trip off of the fact I had the disability. What got me was she said, you really know your disadvantage is your advantage.
Absolutely.
And I didn't get that at first because I'm like, no, you don't get what it's like. I got to put this on.
So hold on a second, Derek. So now you call the country, but she sounds like she's a little more seasoned than you now.
Nah, she was about 2-3 years younger than me.
But seasoned, you notice I said seasoned.
Yes, sir.
Seasoned. It's a little different. Now she telling you, use that to your advantage.
She did.
Exactly. So she ain't too country though.
Her accent was very country.
See, that's the young man. That's a 22-year-old and you're saying that.
That was a 22-year-old. That was the 24, 25. Like your accent is too country for me. But I think now where I'm at, there is a special lady that is a very good friend to me, and I hold her close. Her name is Dawana Deshad, and we both go to church together. And one thing I'm very grateful for Dawana is she literally pushes me.
Is that right?
She pushes me.
Y'all in a relationship?
No, actually, she's just a real special friend. She encourages me.
Okay.
And she helps me as a king to understand. If I want it, no excuses why I can't get it.
So my question to you is, so why you haven't went that extra mile for?
Because right now I just want to be a good friend and learn what it means to be a good friend.
So you're admitting that, but you care about her.
Most definitely, I do care about her. She's very special. She makes me nervous. She gives me goosebumps. But I think what I honor the most about her is even if there's a spot that might not be on point, she doesn't use it against me. If anything, as the woman of God she is, she helps me to do better.
Does that sound like a girlfriend though?
To me,
she wouldn't.
I'm just in the background.
Honestly, she wouldn't be what I would say as a girlfriend. If I had to say, she would be what I would consider a wife, because she did something.
I think their kid trying to shoot a shot.
No, I'm giving honor where it's due because she did something I don't expect women to do.
Okay, I got you.
She literally blessed me with a pair of red loafers before, right after I got done doing some poetry for the community, and I didn't expect that because I'm like, in 2022, what Black queen do you know is really going to do this for a Black king? And I'm not saying that's bad. But what I'm learning is she didn't have to do that. So when she blessed me with them new dress shoes, to me, that was a signal of I need to step up my walk.
So you actually taking personal responsibility. So I just was talking to someone earlier talking about personal chisel. How you do with your chisel?
What you mean with
that? Yes, you about the chisel. Here's a chisel. I created this thing called the personal chisel, right?
Right.
It's taking responsibility for the own title you bring to your own party.
Oh, so how do I deal with that?
First of all, do you use that chisel?
I had to learn to man up and accept where I was wrong growing up.
So I mean, using it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So me and my mom actually had this conversation last night where I had to learn that when things went wrong, what part did I play? Why was I playing the victim role so much? And eventually, once I hit 29, 30, I was like, I want to man up. Not just because.
Personal chisel.
Yes, sir. Not just because I want this woman to see that I'm manning up. But I said, for me, I have to man up because the absence of not knowing my father, but knowing God gave me some great mentors that I can be that father that I want to be. I can be the man.
So you don't have any kids?
No, sir.
Okay.
Big 33, no kids. Traveling right now and just trying to really continue to stable my mind, stable my emotions, stable finances, and have a stable living so that if I ever do get that opportunity, everything will be stable.
Gotcha.
So I don't want to have something and it's not stable. So my apostle teaches me that you have to be stable before you do anything else. So I don't want to be like, I have a beautiful baby and my living ain't stable. My finances ain't stable. I do not want to have a kid come into something that's unstable.
Gotcha. So where you see something 5 years?
5 years. Married. Big house. Beautiful wife. Beautiful car.
Why a big house?
Because I'm going to make sure my kid and my wife one day have what I didn't.
Okay.
So, I seen my mama struggle, making beef stroganoff, Roman noodles, hot dogs every night. I've literally eaten out of dumpsters and trash cans when I was performing in my early ages. I've literally walked from Illinois to St. Louis to open mics, slept in Bacos, slept in like basements, slept on people's couches. So when I say God has really shown me that I can have everything, but in this season I have to be humble in the place of knowing this is not forever. This is just, can you be grateful with the small? So when I give you the great, you're still that same one I know, and you're not going to sit here and be different. And it's a lesson of I'm still going to be me whether I have it or not.
Gotcha. Lanya was telling me about this I call it a gift that you have. She said she met you somewhere where you were speaking poetry.
Yes, sir.
Bible.
Yes, sir.
Why don't you do some of that? Let me see what you're talking about.
Okay.
I told you it was going to get real.
I know, right?
I'm not set it up for the audience. When you say poetry from the Bible, or do you do it from scripture? What do you?
So I'm well seasoned in anything.
Okay.
So I can do poetry on any topic, but I'm foundation on the Bible because I believe
Foundation on the Bible.
Because
let's talk about Malachi.
Because the Bible got all spoken word in it. If people pay attention, if you
Right.
read like Psalms, or if you look at Job's story, like there's so many parts in the Bible where it's literally poetry, but we just don't like pay attention to it. So I've always been like, God was already the spoken word before we ever knew what a poet was.
So let me ask you a question. So you familiar with the Old Testament?
Yeah.
You familiar with the book of Malachi?
Mm-hmm.
You familiar with that book in that Bible where the verse in that Bible where they talk about help me out here. I'm not too sure.
Which one?
It's in the Old Testament as far as giving to the church.
Will a man? You talking about will a man rob God? In Malachi?
Not the man rob God. I'm talking about the tithes and offering.
Oh yeah.
So you familiar with that?
A little bit. I'm not always like remembering everything because I'm still learning so that I can stay sharp.
What's your thoughts on the tithes and offering? Now you do know that Malachi is in the Old Testament, right?
Yes, sir.
Now you're a Bible man because you said you were, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So my thing is, I'm asking, okay, if a lot of these preachers are preaching this tithes and offering thing, but we're in the New Testament, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why are people? Why pastors and preachers are preaching from the Old Testament on tithes and offering? Isn't the Old Testament gone?
I believe the Old Testament and the New Testament complement and back each other up.
But when under the New Covenant, though, right?
We are. So my apostle has been speaking about how in the Old Testament it was 10%. now he's helping us see that with us being under grace. Now,
so how that ties in? How does that ties with that Old Testament?
Because now when I give, even though I know the principle is 10%, now I'm giving cheerfully because what he gave I can't match.
That's a good answer. So my whole point is that I always bring this up with a lot of folks as a very articulate answer. I appreciate that. But I've had a ton of passes on this platform over the years.
Mm-hmm.
I did one in particular topic, Pimps in the Pulpit.
Mm-hmm.
Invited them on, talked about it, and no one could actually articulate that answer like that.
Yes, sir. Because back then it was 10%, but now under grace.
But you do realize that.
Yeah.
That is from the Old Testament.
Yes, sir. But
it's a new covenant.
For me, I'm gonna give cheerfully and freely.
Exactly.
Because he gave me a gift I can't pay back.
That part.
He gave me Jesus, so my 10% ain't even scratched the surface of what he gave.
Gotcha.
And even if as a church we collectively,
what I'm trying to get at is, I just need someone to who knows the Bible to acknowledge that is the Old Testament and we're in a new covenant.
Right.
And you do know that there are preachers out there that won't tell the sheep that at all.
Yeah.
That, hey, even though we're in the new covenant, we still gonna go by this and we're gonna forget about that. Well, how can you do that? The new covenant is set up. That's what it is. The new covenant. Am I right?
Right. But I think what I'm learning as a leader, they'll be held accountable.
That part.
Because again, I'm nobody to judge, because at the end of the day, we're all going to be held accountable for what we did, what we didn't do, what we said, what we didn't say, what we should have said. So at the end of the day, my goal is what God instructs me to do it with excellence so that somebody else can be what they're called to do, because somebody's attached to my somebody's attached to my assignment. And if I'm not obeying my assignment, they can't get their assignment.
That's what I'm talking about. Good stuff.
Yes, sir.
This boy sharp.
I told you I can't wait for the pastor to interview him.
Good stuff. So, hey, what do you think about service, man? What we're doing in the community in St. Louis? What Cups is doing in the community with the Cups Giving Hands, going to the neighborhoods and just pretty much giving people a different outlook on life. What's your thoughts on service?
I think she's doing a phenomenal job just from what I've heard when I met. And I can't wait to see what she's about to do. And I honestly, St. Louis is too small for what she's about to do.
That's why she came and got me.
St. Louis is way too small. And here's the thing. I love what my apostle teaches is when we get out of ourselves and we get out of these titles and positions and realize I need her to survive. I need you to survive. Like, all we really need is to know, like, if God gave you a vision, Cups a vision, me a vision, all of that sets the table for everybody to eat, and all of us are still winning, because at the end of the day, nobody is sitting here like Cups is bigger than me, you're bigger than me, I'm bigger than you. Ain't nobody bigger, because at the end of the day, God is the biggest picture for everybody to eat.
Exactly. That's where the problem comes in the African American community.
Yes, sir.
That crabs in a barrel.
Yes, sir.
That crabs in a barrel.
Because we're intimidated at the fact, if this is your season, if I celebrate you, that sets me up to be celebrated next. The issue with St. Louis is we too stubborn and don't want to celebrate who God has already elevated, because we don't realize.
Get his boy a microphone.
No.
Somebody get his boy a microphone.
I just gifted him a microphone, a portable microphone.
I'm just being honest. My Apostle Medi has really taught me that the reason we don't have is because we are so caught up on it should have been me, when God is like, it is you, it's just not you right now. And so I can't be mad if Cups is already in position and getting the grants, getting the sponsors, getting that. If Cups can even allow me to do poetry for 3 to 5 minutes, that sets me up to be celebrated.
Do you realize that you're being celebrated?
Yes, sir. Because I was obedient to what God had me to do. So I'm learning. If this is cup season, I'm going to celebrate so hard that ain't nobody gonna know who Cups is.
You're gonna shine, baby.
Because I understand by celebrating, I get celebrated. By serving, I get served.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Here's the thing. Let me tell you how slick this brother is, right? So he comes in, and he come in. So
I didn't do it, y'all. I really didn't do it.
You really did. So he come in. He come compliment me, or compliment the boss. I know what he was doing.
Boss man had a blazer and was like, "Fly, y'all." Look. I believe in giving honor where it's due. And especially as black men, we don't compliment each other and love on each other enough.
Exactly.
Like I had a dude look at me weird because I said, "Bro, your shoes are dope," and I had on some New Balance. Exactly. When God sends the right people to bless me, I can't wait to bless the ones that I know that reminds me of me.
Exactly. Here's the thing, what actually flattered me with this young man. He come in flattering me. I'm like, okay, cool. I can actually go on and rest because I've been working like a Hebrew slave since I got here. So I say, hey, we're going live right now. See, he thought it was going to be a recording. No. I've been watching you. You have no idea. I've been watching you.
Okay.
I've been watching you, so I've been waiting for you.
Yes, sir.
So when you come in, you compliment. I say, okay, little kid got some swag. So now I can actually relax a little bit.
Thank you, Dewana, for helping me get my swag up.
So he got a little swag, so I'm gonna let him go down, grab his mic, and we're gonna do this live. Because actually, all the interviews I've actually been recording.
Yes, sir.
The only live one that I did was Cups.
Wow.
But I saw your work.
Yes,
I have to be honest with you. I saw your work. I was impressed.
Thank you.
It's good stuff, man. You're doing good stuff, and I'm proud of you, brother. Good stuff.
Thank you. To God be the glory. I'm grateful once again. Thank you, Cups. Thank you, sir, for having me. When I say I was nervous about this, and everybody be like, "Why are you nervous? You've been doing this for 20 plus years," and I'm like, "You still get nervous, no matter how you perfect your gift."
Absolutely.
I'm still gonna always be nervous because if I ain't nervous, that's when you got to be scared of me.
That is good stuff. Good stuff. So what can the folks find yet? Just give out your handles.
So Facebook, Derek Owens. YouTube, either type in Mr. Poetry, the number 7, and you'll see my videos. I am on Instagram as mpoet7. I'm on TikTok, mpoet007.
Good stuff.
I'm at Legacy Booking Cafe Tuesday nights doing poetry. I'm at Jesse B's Academy Monday through Friday teaching.
Brother working.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Good
Yes, sir. I started with them in 2016 Tower Grove Park as a volunteer for 5 years, and now this is my second year by the grace of God teaching and getting paid for it.
Exactly. That's a wonderful thing to get that money with it.
Just to see the kids actually know that they can live their dreams and
Exactly.
be successful. That's the payment for me. Like, I'm grateful to get paid, but the payment is saying that they got a African American male showing them what it looks like in their community. Because they don't have too many men.
Positive back America, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good stuff. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Real good stuff. Man. Anything else you want to share with the folks?
I mean, if it's time to drop a poem on them, if that's all right.
Go ahead, do it. Yeah.
Have you ever wondered what a story like mine's look like? I mean, have you ever took time to understand why I really cherish coffee shops the way that I do? Have you ever understood why coffee shops teach you more patience than people do? Especially if it comes to a certain flavor that somebody wants in a different season, and you know different seasons cost more and require more. So if it's the winter, then if I'm looking for an espresso, I got to sit still and wait a little bit longer because that requires more coffee beans and then a specific flavor with an extra shot while there's somebody in front of me that already made an order. I guess you haven't understood the message yet. I learned that my season of winning has already started and the cheerleaders are already lined up waiting for me, but God told me to sit still in the quiet place. Listen with him as he instructs my pen to write. I mean, from being homeless to now having a chance to fight, From having no voice to now, God gave me the pen. Now I'm all over with open mics. I mean, if anything, I just got to be real enough to say, had it not been for God, I wouldn't know what it was like to live life, because all I ever knew was how to exist in a place where I never knew what it meant to know day from night. So now I serve God with full intentions of purpose of knowing I'm going to live until my last breath. I promise God, if he allows me to be the very best version of me, he'll get nothing less but the very best of me. So I hope one day somebody gets to hear this message and know this is the half of a left foot that serves God and goes all over the globe. Ain't no roses are red, violets are blue. I came to give you this word and promise you the truth. It'll set you free. Remember, if they ask me what my name is, it's Angel. But just make sure you mention Mr. Poetry when he asks about me.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Derek Owens.
Thank y'all.
Good stuff. We'll be back. I'm going to take a little break. We'll be back alive here, but hey, appreciate you, brother. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm proud of you, man.
Yes, sir. You keep up the good work, too.
No doubt, brother.